Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This time we are going to go to Lithuania and we're going to speak with Odeta Velaskita. Did I get that
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's Odeta Valiushkite, but that's okay. That's
That's
okay.
what I
Yeah, you did. You did.
said. Welcome. Could you introduce yourself and let us know what you do?
Absolutely. So, just keeping it short, my life is, in between two poles, technology and marketing. And so I'm working in the big tech company as a project manager for business tech projects. And after that, I'm saying that during days, I'm working as a full-time project business tech project manager and during nights, I am really fulfilling my passion in marketing when I'm having a creative marketing studio called Story Founders. And so far for the 4 past years, I have been purely focusing on how to make fashion uh, better, more creative, more engaging using fashion tech and technology. So yeah, so this is actually technology and marketing, but in the middle, it's fashion tech that I'm really really excited about and the focus right now.
All right, excellent. So we ask everyone that comes on, one, what's your definition of sustainability, and two, what's your top two SDGs?
Okay, yeah. So I mean about sustainability and definition. First of all, I think that it's just being respectful to Earth. And in my super super simple opinion, it's just sustainability is nothing but consciousness. It's being conscious about how we consume, being conscious how we produce, how we do business, being conscious about our all actions, how we buy, how we sell, how we utilize what we do or what we have, and just consciousness about what else should happen to shake us so badly to finally push us to love our fragile planet. So this is what I think, that it's sustainability is nothing but consciousness and respect to earth, which is around us. um yeah, and second question about sustainable goals. It's also a very tricky question because I feel every part, every I mean I see a part of myself in every of sustainable goals, because I think that, it's not that I think, I know, and we can see that every sustainable goal is linked. It's like a chain. If we will not have one, another will not be fulfilled at all. So starting, from reducing gender inequality or to fighting to the climate change. But to be, if you would say that I need to select two, and just coming back to fashion, so from fashion perspective, I would think that both fashion consumers and brands should definitely take an action on on two really key ones from my perspective. What I think it's responsible consumption and production. So when it's also in two parts, like consumption of from consumer side, and production is on the same on brand side. But the more important, I think, it's partnerships for the goals. So it's let me remember, it's 12 and 17 of the sustainable goal development goals. And partnerships, I think, the last one, but from my perspective, is really a key one, because if we will not have any collaborations, if we will not support each other, there will be no future. Partnerships, in consumers, it's just like encouraging each other to support each other, to be sustainable, to take an action, to collaborate, to do some movement. And it's the same it's the same on brand side, that they should not hide, some technologies or innovations made in their own business on sustainability, just to be some more better than other companies. We should share, we should partnership, we should collaborate. Oh my God, it's a very sensitive topic for myself. It's I'm so
Yeah, yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that kind of creates like a convergence in terms of what we're discussing where, I think that we're going to need innovation, we're going to need technology to
Definitely.
meet to achieve a sustainable future. So with that, what have you seen in terms of innovation within the fashion industry based on your work?
Who I mean, fashion innovation is and fashion technology itself, it's really one of the key um, one of the key elements that are pushing fashion to be better, to be more sustainable, to be more engaging and to be more conscious, because innovation in fashion can reflect and is more and more and more reflecting in every part of the um, journey of a fashion. So starting from production and materials. So innovations in textile, in having innovative materials like lab grown materials or digital materials, which is really exciting topic, and coming to the market really with a huge push. Then recycled materials long time ago mentioned, but it's still not used in every business, what I must say. And natural biological materials. Then it's design of the product and production itself. It's mm, artificial intelligence, better demand planning, forecasting, and etc. Then it's coming to design what kind of designs can be made, like 3D designs, or some innovations in sewing things. So it's in tailoring and in design online. Then it's retail and use itself. So it's not how brands are making all the fashion, but it's also coming to consumers, and brands are now really in charge of this digital transformation to make um, fashion more accessible, more engaging in online space, just to give opportunities for people to buy less by having more information, more valid, more accessible, just to have more accessibility in what kind of product it is. And yeah, and then the last part, I would say, is just a consumption, or the use of a product itself. It's innovations in reselling, in rent, in reusing, and etc. Many parts.
Excellent. I like that. I love that answer. I love that answer. So given that I come from a technology background and implementing enterprise applications, what do you think the keys are going to be for a successful digital transformation for new designers, within the industry, or and established designers, that are looking to integrate these emerging technologies?
So first of all, every why as I mentioned, I'm really passionate about coming to digital environment. And I would say that being, a small or big, or online or offline designer, to try or to use all these digital solutions are really good opportunity for any kind of person who just um, feel or have a wish, to be in the fashion industry, or to be in the fashion to become a fashion designer. So they don't need to have a huge investments like a huge companies do right now, and they can do anything that they want. But so if we start to talk about the smaller brands, the smaller creators, so technologies and innovations, they empower them to create, to use less but create more. And from the bigger perspective, I would say that any kind of project should be managed in agile way, starting from small, and starting smart better than go hard and go everything at once. Start with simple, super simple things. Just eliminate what paper, in your office or in your surroundings, or just encourage to eliminate the use of one time use products. Reduce water waste, recycle, compost. Every part of these super simple things, but they are not yet done in every corporation or in every company or in every small business. Because from my perspective, and it's purely my personal perspective, but I think that we should start with smaller steps, and then um, to retransform our routine, to retransform our attitude, and then we can go in a bigger scale. So these very super simple but essential things, it's just the beginning of the sustainability journey. So, and after these, we will be able to, um, after we will become a routine, after every member of the team will just by default will know that it is how it is, and it's essential. It's nothing that we should, that it's nothing that should be questionable at all. So then after that, we can rethink our production. We can rethink how and what kind of materials we use, to rethink our logistic, our supply chain, our vendors, to double check whether they are also, also moving to the same direction. Actually, it's coming back to the same sustainable development goal of partnerships. If we all collaborate, we will achieve better outcome. And to carefully retransform your buying channels, and to reduce the possibility of return goods, as I mentioned, just to make a better size recommendation for end consumer. My thoughts are jumping right now, but it's every part can be, not can be, it is connected. And so I would say just start with small steps, and then the big ones will automatically come. Yeah, so and it will be way easier to implement them.
Yeah, and that's one thing I've always said, at the enterprise level, as well as the small and medium organizations, where you have to take that phased approach as opposed to the big bang approach, as you said, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I agree with you 1000% on that. But also, I take the same approach when we talk about emerging technologies, in that whenever we're talking about AI, right?
hmm,
The topic, the hot topic that every single industry is discussing, it's the same thing. Where I'll say that, you have this AI maturity where you can start with business process automation. Then you can start with robotic process automation. Then
yeah,
you can go with machine learning. Then you can go with AI, right? You can't go from Excel spreadsheets to artificial intelligence, from an industry perspective.
exactly.
That's not going to
Yeah,
happen, right?
yeah.
So, and the same holds true within the fashion industry. So with that, what have you seen within the fashion industry as it pertains to artificial intelligence, and where do you see it going?
So artificial intelligence has been quite long enough in fashion industry, not taking into account the small brands yet, but that's coming definitely, and we can see a potential in that. Actually, one very good thought I read a couple of days ago in one article in Forbes, maybe not everyone needs artificial intelligence. It's not, yeah, it
I
can be like,
agree. I agree.
yeah, yeah. But so far in fashion industry, we have many things. We have from customization of a product, we have on customer experience and time management, we have customer service included, into AI included into customer service processes. We also have design and buying itself, as I mentioned, also demand forecasting and planning of production, supply and chain inventory management, and the operations management, automation itself. So there are also many parts. And but what is really interesting for myself, actually, it's better, better selection and offering to the customer, or better product selection and offering to the customer right now. And especially with that product, for example, fitting, because right now, and size recommendations, I mean, because right now we have such a huge problem with returns. And especially now in pandemic situation, when we cannot go to stores, of course, lucky countries but are already open, but for example in my country we are still closed, all the shops are closed. And and sometimes, yeah, it's very good that people don't need, to buy anything, but we are all humans. We sometimes, uh, um, sometimes our clothes just got damaged, or we can repair them, of course, but sometimes it's not repairable, so it's just to go to shop, but doing it the consciousness, it's okay. I mean, I am not against that, just to stop buying at all. But what I meant that now everyone is buying, online, and most majority of consumers of the mass market, they have no idea how these garments are made. Just coming back to the movie, maybe if any one of the listeners have not seen that, it's True Cost on 2015 movie. It's an amazing movie that will just open your eyes, how fashion industry, what hides behind fashion industry and fast fashion especially. So what I meant about, coming back to my mind, to my thought about size and recommendations. So AI can help, really can help here, because we can use, for example, some magic mirror in front of us, which would scan us with image recognitions, and to provide us better fitting, which will result in reduced amount of returns, which is now a huge issue in the fashion industry. Just for
Yeah.
one example. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and I've never really thought of it that way. Where you can probably you could you could give a confidence level of there's a 85% confidence level that you're gonna like this dress. I will know you selected it. So you can that
At
may be
least,
where it goes.
yeah, but something like that, or just or AI can tell, but girl, this is not for you. This is not what you are about. You should not buy this. That you should not follow some influencer who just purchased it because it fits on her, but girl, or
That's funny.
or boy, it will not fit on you, or just not go with her. Just don't be so influenced by this purchasing,
That's
purchase and
funny.
purchase. Yeah, so yeah, of
That's
course.
funny.
Yeah, but
Then then
actually, yeah.
then then you're gonna have consumers saying, "Oh, AI is learning on its own now. He has his own personality." No, it doesn't. It's that this is
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, actually, we talked with Anina, also a mutual our friend. So she said that, does AI can really know how to style us? So that's a question. Definitely, that's still a question. We don't know yet, if we will be able to reach that. girl, this does not fit you.
Right.
Yeah, just yeah. But just coming back actually to the point, maybe I can also mention digital fashion and just as I mentioned influencers, so I just remembered that maybe I will forget later on. But I would like to say that, digital fashion is coming, and it's coming with a clear message. For example, like Dress X founders said, Dress X, a platform of a digital fashion, platform of a digital fashion. So their message is very clear. We want to make the gap of in industry filled, and reduce the process which is going right now. Like for content creation, what I mean, it's purchase, take a photo, and return. This is now in content creation, especially in influencer marketing, and influencer marketing is still growing like woo, it's skyrocketing. It's still coming to, and fashion influencers are one of the biggest part of that. Definitely we have, other areas and other influencers who talk about other topics apart from fashion, but fashion is one of the biggest topics of influencer marketing. And most, not all, definitely cannot state that, but most of these influencers, they are using and purchasing fast fashion, whoa, in enormous amounts. So I really like the idea of a digital fashion, at least for content creation, to as a replacement of this purchase, take a photo, and return process, or how should I call it? Like, I really, really like that. What's coming, and I hope that it will be more and more used by other influencers.
Now, another thing that we've seen within the industry is this 3D design and 3D fashion shows and things
Hmm.
like that. Do you think that that's essentially, even post COVID, do you
Hmm.
think that we've pretty much changed the landscape of the fashion industry and fashion shows and things like that with the 3D, with this whole 3D fashion, where we had no choice but to adopt this solution?
Yeah, so just to correct a bit, that like 3D itself, like 3D printing itself, if you are saying, or 3D, you mean like digitally, yeah? You meant by from
Yes,
that
yes,
perspective.
3D, 3D,
Yeah,
3D, yeah, 3D, like fashion shows and things like
like
that. Yeah, 3D printing, yes, that's totally different. Yes, we're not
that's
talking about.
okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay. Good, because 3D printing, it's already old news. Yeah. So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
3D on online and digital. So actually, it's one very interesting thing that also one more resource that everyone interested in fashion should take a look. It's Business of Fashion, and McKinsey and Company made annual report of called the State of Fashion. And in that report this year, it was mentioned that brands are not talking anymore about sustainability, and yeah, last year and previous years sustainability was like a key priority for them. And now, due to all the pandemics, they becoming more and more digital and moving to digital space, including 3D designs and all the digital appearance, all the gaming industry, or AR, VR, everything around it uh, increased, and now it's a top priority. It became top priority. So what does it mean? That everyone, is so focused right now to go on digital, that they just removed sustainability as a priority in their production, in their overall businesses. But however, coming to your question, and my answer would be that from my perspective, that the more digital business will be, and the more digital solutions business will provide for the consumers, the better industry, and the less polluting it will be. What I mean by that just we just talked about the size recommendation. So if companies will invest in their online presence in digital solutions, including all fitting and selection of a garment, visualization of a 3D, or it that wherever industry will be, and the amounts of returns or the production will be reduced, because people and consumers will be able to see, without going somewhere, we will be able to see how it looks like, and to, if we will be able to find to invent some kind of solution that we would also be able at home to touch material, that would be a really game changer in the market, because then person will be able to more or less feel feel the material. Of course, it will not, the person will not be able to feel on how it feels on the skin, or how it fits. But with all of the solutions which are coming in, augmented reality, or solutions especially, we will be able at least to reduce this amount of production, because people will be able to say, okay, so this I like, so please produce this, or you manufacture it. Or this is, no, we don't like it, don't even involve with this design, or this material, and please don't purchase it, or don't you don't produce it, don't pollute our environment. And I really think that, that it will be everything on demand. We will be able to say, okay, so this is what I really like, so then, only then, on custom basis, please produce this. Or otherwise the business will be really really be pushed all from sustainability perspective. All businesses will be pushed to have a way worse image, as fast fashion does right now. Not sure if I answered your question.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up, what I would say, what parting words do you have? And what I mean by that is, what would be one of the key things you would want the viewers to understand in terms of technology and innovation, and how you foresee it in the future? I know I probably already asked that twice, but any kind of closing remarks, and kind of like lessons learned from your experience, and where do you see it? What does the future hold?
Oh, that's so such a tricky but good question. Um,
It's like 5 and
so,
1.
yeah. Yeah, so I think that I will come back to my first sentence. I think that let's be respectful to Earth and our surroundings, and let's be conscious. And no one will tell us to buy something unless we will not want to, and or we will want to. So it's just about really thinking, either we need something, either we don't need. And about technology and this digital transformation, you know let's try to, at least let's try to adapt it in our lives. Let's try to, I know that sometimes it's, we just laughed 10 minutes ago that AI will not be able, to tell perfectly, or to offer us perfect solution. But let's give these technologies a try. Let's try them to come to our lives, even slowly, with some small actions. Let's laugh from some technologies that they are not yet, purely effective or something. But I would say the first action, what everyone should do before the next purchase, try to use technology online. So either you will use the size recommendation, either you will buy a digital dress, or digital hat, or digital sneakers, anything. Just try to have fun with it at least right now, because later on and more the time will come, it will still be a part of us. Either it will be, only on our mobile phones, or either we will have a physical things in like a magic mirror in our homes, but it will still come. So I would just wish everyone to be not be so skeptical and be more friendly with technology. Just yeah, just to let it yeah, just let it go with the flow into your life. So something like that.
Excellent, excellent. So Odeta, it has been a pleasure. Where can people find you?
Oh, so definitely you can find me on LinkedIn. It's Odeta Valuskite, or you can find me on
We'll put that in the notes.
okay, or you can find me on Instagram. It's Odeta in Tech. So yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you. And until next time for everyone else, have a great day. Have a great night. Stay safe.
Bye.